What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports. If you're watching our college football channel, it's time for the playoff eliminator heading into week 10 of the season. Of course, the college football playoff rankings will be coming out later today, and that will maybe make it a little bit more clear as far as the path, the picture overall. But I think it is pretty clear at this point. So let's get to the eliminations. First, let's look at all the teams that were already eliminated coming into this week. And, of course, every group of 5 independent team now eliminated. And then you see a ton of teams. I mean, this is really narrowing down. There's one team that we can bring back from the dead. That's LSU. If LSU beats Alabama on Saturday, we will bring them back from the dead. I don't know if there are any other 2-loss teams, though. I think LSU would be that one team. Utah, I don't think, even if they win the Pac-12 with 2 losses, I don't think that's going to be enough for them. Having that loss to Florida. So LSU, the team that could possibly come back from the dead. We'll have to watch and see what happens against Alabama on Saturday. The new eliminations this week, Oklahoma State and Penn State. Oklahoma State got blown out against Kansas State. They have 2 losses. A 2-loss Big 12 champ is not getting in. I think that a 1-loss Big 12 champion might even be left out. And I've talked about that a lot the last couple of weeks. Penn State eliminated. They have no chance to win the Big Ten. You're not going to have Michigan and Ohio State both lose 3 games. I don't even know. Well, I guess they have 3 games left, but that's just not going to happen. And so we're going to see Ohio State, Michigan, or Illinois out of the Big Ten. Those are the only 3 teams remaining. And yes, I did say Illinois. You see the teams with 1 loss that are still alive, and there they are. Alabama, Illinois, North Carolina, Ole Miss, Oregon, UCLA, and USC. Alabama, they control their own destiny. If they win out, they're in. Illinois, they control their own destiny. If they win out, beat Michigan, then win the Big Ten championship, they're going to be in. North Carolina, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get in. It'll be interesting to see where they're ranked in the first rankings. Ole Miss will need some help, even if they beat Alabama. They would need Alabama to beat LSU. Then Ole Miss potentially could control their own destiny if they were able to win out. Oregon, it's going to be about how the committee views that loss to Georgia, because they got beat so badly in that game. I don't think they're a guarantee if they went out by any means. UCLA, USC, I don't know. A 1-loss Pac-12 champ, I just don't know if they will get in. It'll just depend on what happens around the rest of the country. Our teams that are still undefeated, there's 6 of them remaining: Clemson, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, TCU, and Tennessee. Georgia and Tennessee will play on Saturday. Michigan and Ohio State, of course, will play at the end of the season. So at most, we will have 4 undefeated teams. And wouldn't that be easy for the committee? Let's just say Clemson goes undefeated, Georgia goes undefeated, Ohio State goes undefeated, TCU goes undefeated. There's your 4 teams right there. I don't think it's going to happen that way, but it could. You never know. And again, these 6 teams still undefeated, but at most, we will have 4 undefeated teams at the end of the season. So what does the playoff picture look like now? Again, this was kind of a quiet week in terms of eliminations, just the 2 eliminations and not really a whole lot changing in the way of the playoff picture. In fact, I don't think it's changed at all. If the favorites win out, Georgia will win the SEC. They'll win the rest of their games. They're favored over Tennessee. Ohio State's going to be favored over Michigan if they win out. They're going to be number 2. Clemson, I think, will be number 3 if they win out. I don't know if TCU is going to be favored in every game that they play. So they could, let's just say 12-1 for them, 12-1 for Oregon, 11-1 for Tennessee, 11-1 for Michigan. Who wins that battle for the number 4 seed? And could possibly a team like Tennessee move ahead of Clemson? Michigan, could they move ahead of Clemson if their only losses coming to Georgia, Ohio State? It'll be, again, very interesting to see where Clemson is in these first rankings, where Oregon is. Some of these teams that's hard to know for sure what the committee is going to do. But if you missed my video yesterday, I did project what the rankings would look like in these first rankings tonight. Go back and check that out. We'll see how accurate that turns out to be. But again, no real changes in the overall playoff picture. Georgia-Tennessee game could definitely change that. And then, of course, some other big games coming up the rest of the season. Give me your thoughts on the current playoff picture down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more here on the SG1 Sports College Football Channel.